Today we play golf.
Let me show you how we do it in the pros.
Welcome to Behind the Golf Brand Podcast.
I never miss with the 7-iron.
A conversation with some of the most interesting innovators and entrepreneurs behind the biggest names in golf.
My friends were the golf clubs. I lived on the golf course. I lived on the driving range.
From pro talk
You should learn something from each and every single round you play in.
to fun from on and off the green.
Why would you play golf if you don't play it for money?
Just let me put the ball in the hole.
This is Behind the Golf Brand Podcast with Paul Liberatore. Behind the Golf Brand Podcast is sponsored by On Point, the revolutionary three-dimensional domed golf ball marker. On Point provides alignment recognition as small as a degree of inaccuracy from the planned course of the putt face angle. Endorsed by Jim Furyk, U.S. Open champion and 17-time PGA Tour winner. On Point alignment technology has been proven to increase putting performance and help lower your score. Visit onpointgolf.us and be sure to use code GA10 for a 10% discount. On Point, make more putts.
What's up, guys? Paul from Golfers Authority. And this week, Behind the Brand Podcast, I got two for going on. They're friends of mine. I've actually hung out with them and had coffee. Actually, not really friends because Stephane doesn't say we're friends, but I think we're friends. And so today I have Stephane, Yelle, and Chaz from my favorite, one of my favorite training aids actually out there, Alignment Pro. And it's actually a really cool story. And we have some cool stories to share. So without further ado, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
So you guys are like, tell us the story about, well, first of all, let's talk about our backgrounds here. I'll let Chaz go first. Chaz, how'd you get into golf?
Oh man. I grew up on a golf course. So I grew up on a par 3 course in Stockton. And, we would just go and play golf with the buddies every now and then. I actually never played competitively. I always played ice hockey, and kind of the transition for hockey and golf seemed to work. And I feel like I kind of naturally was good at golf. And, I just fell in love with the game as I've gotten older. But there was nothing better than going to the par 3 course and just walking around with the guys and enjoying a good sunset round.
And shooting a below a 72.
On a par 3, yes.
On a par 3. I'm an executive.
The executive 9 course record.
Stephane, do they have golf courses in Canada?
No.
Actually, you guys, Stephane is really funny.
We have McDonald's. We have
McDonald's. What's the name of that coffee place in Starbucks? Like at Starbucks.
Tim Hortons.
Timmy Hortons.
That's right, Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
So Stephane, tell us your golf story.
Terrible golfer, honestly. Yeah.
We all are, dude. That's why we're here
every year. I live in Scottsdale now, and my game is going south. But I still love it. I love watching it on TV, especially on Sundays.
I was gonna text you yesterday and see if you want to go golfing on Sunday, but I figured you were too busy, so I didn't do it.
Yeah, the weather's terrible right now, so
I know it might rain.
And
we got to be careful. We have a 13% chance
it might
of
rain, you guys. You might have to maybe give one drop of rain on us. So Stephane,
I only golf if you call Thursdays and Fridays. The rest of the time, weekends are for hanging out, and then the rest of the week I like to work.
So Stephane, what's your background in?
My background, I played hockey back in the day, and then now.
Okay, he's being a little. He's being a little like, what's the word?
That's years ago.
Hidden.
Yeah.
This is complete bullshit. All right, you have an NHLPA sweatshirt on, so
exposed.
Dude, like right away, we know you played we know you played in the NHL. All right, so let me ask this question: how many years did you play in the NHL, Stephane?
Played 15 years.
How many Stanley Cups did you win, Stephane?
Two with Colorado.
See, he's very like, what's the word? I don't know. He doesn't like talking about it. It seemed like, but it's a cool. It was great. Good years, but it's awesome. I love it.
Wait,
focus on different things.
Paul, quick story, just real. It's actually funny.
Story time.
So I didn't grow up, but I lived in Silverthorne, Colorado in 96 to 98. or 95 to 97. I was pretty young. I was only 5-6 years old, but that was the first time I put on skates. Well, my favorite team was the Colorado Avalanche because not only did they win a cup when I lived in Colorado, but I remember watching Yelle play, and my favorite player was Peter Forsberg. And that's why I was number 21. So full circle, we end up here in Scottsdale, and our other partner, John Curry with Alignment Pro, said, hey, Stephane Yelle wants to meet up. And I go, like, Colorado Avalanche? Like I watched him as a kid. So it was kind of cool, but that's just kind of my full circle story.
Is that crazy?
And now it's fun working with him. Honestly, it doesn't even feel like I watched him when I was 6. It's cool.
Well, when you guys told me like, oh, you play hockey, I'm like, really? When do you play hockey? And then they start telling me, I'm like, no shit. I'm like, and then we start rattling. I love it when Stephane will text me. He's playing golf with someone. And he's like, oh, I'm playing golf with Marty McSorley. I'm like, oh yeah, from the Kings. Cause that's when I was big into hockey too. Like the 90s. Like I lived hockey. I mean,
the Red Wing and Avalanche battles that Yelle was a part of, man. That's what got me into the game.
Oh yeah, dude. A legend on my show. I got a legend. He's like, oh no, I just live in Scottsdale or something. But I don't know.
I'm terrible right now.
Well, let's go. Let's all three of us go. Come on. Oh, it's raining.
Yeah, I think
It might rain.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, we got a little bit of clouds.
So my boss, this is funny. I'm still just going all over the place today, but so my boss all of a sudden wants to get into golf, which I was like, thank God, because girlfriend wants to. So I was like, well, I got some golf equipment if you want some. He's like, oh, really? He's like,
just show him the studio.
I always ask him. I was like, well, what's your shoe size? Because I got like 12 pairs of shoes over here, right? That they're brand new. I'm like, I'm not gonna wear all those. Hey, what are you guys? I always ask people, hey, what's your shoe size? So that's kind of.
I'm at 10.
You're 10.
I am at 10. I am at 10 as well.
They're like a 10 and a half, 11. That'd be too big for you.
Yeah.
And I hit left. I'm a lefty.
Yeah.
You have any left clubs? Yeah.
Are you really a lefty? I didn't know that.
He's a lefty.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of clubs yet. I'm trying.
Can I get a towel? Can you send me a towel?
Oh hell yeah, you get towels, dude. Maybe I'll give you a bag sometime. I have bags. I have a lot of bags. I got freaking 3 boxes right here. I just got from Vessel this week of all their new bags. But anyways, enough about me and my show. And Stephane's past of being a badass. So tell everybody. I think it's really cool because I met Chaz first, right? Like we met on Instagram is how it started. Did. And I was like, hey, that's really cool training aid. I would love to try it out. And that was probably almost 2 years ago, I would say.
Right when we got involved.
And then it was like, finds out you guys are in Arizona. And Chaz actually lives like 10 minutes from my house. Like literally. Like he lives on the other side of Tempe, really. So we was never able to see each other because both Chaz and Stephane still work. I mean, this is their company, but then they also have their jobs too, like all of us. So like, tell the audience, how'd you guys meet?
I mean, okay, I'll start. So
let Stephane talk since he's not talking at all.
Oh, I love it.
No, I think so. Our like I said, our other common friend, John Curry, is how we know each other.
Yeah.
And so he's our partner as well in this. And so he reached out to Stephane and I about an opportunity. And John's brother-in-law, Tyler, who's also still with us, had this training aid, Alignment Pro, and he's based out of Utah. So he had it with a couple other partners of his out of Salt Lake. And they were kind of just looking to get rid of the company, let's just say. And so John reached out to Stephane and I because we kind of all have different, skill sets that we could bring to the table. And I'll let Yelle touch on that for his Amazon side. But, we all met at a breakfast place up in Scottsdale and just kind of hashed out some details and really loved the product. I knew about the product before we had even met it because John's brother-in-law had come to town before and we were just talking about what everybody was doing.
Like how long ago was this?
So I met Tyler probably about 3.5 years ago.
But you guys all met through hockey, right? Up at the ice den or something?
Yeah, yes. In a way.
Yeah. Indirectly, right?
Yeah, I met John at because we skate with the alumni, Coyotes alumni together. So to go back to kind of before Chaz I had played hockey with John, and then we were at the Coyotes alumni golf tournament. We're sitting at the same table, and I was talking about he had a buddy from Jackson that I had played against in the fundraiser in Jackson.
Jackson Hole?
A few years.
Yeah.
A few years ago, or a few years past, anyways. And he was asking me what I was doing for, what I was doing here in Scottsdale. And I said, well, I moved here a couple of years ago. I had a physical product wholesale business. And I kind of started explaining the business. And then John, I kind of tweaked his, he was curious about what I was doing. So then we must have met for lunch or a beer or something like that. And we started talking about products, physical products. And then he brought up Tyler's Alignment Pro product. And it kind of snowballed into discussions. And then he introduced me to Tyler at breakfast about a couple of years ago, I think. So here we are now.
That's crazy.
Probably around 2 years ago today, honestly, because I think we met around January, February time of 2019.
And you guys are blowing up. Like, I'm not just saying that. Like, oh yeah, they're blowing up. Check it out. Like, no, for reals. I mean, like, there isn't a pro's bag does not have an Alignment Pro. Like, if you go to their website or Instagram or whatever, you're gonna see like every guy in the tour has one in their bag for practicing. Every single guy, and it's like, holy crap, because that's free marketing right there. I mean, it's pretty cool. It works, right?
Yeah, it's definitely cool.
It's not like it blends so well in the bag too that it doesn't like. You know what I mean? Like, if you have an orange whip in your bag, if it's a big orange ball, right? Like, everyone's, oh, that's an orange whip.
Yeah.
But it's like this they can put in their bag, and it's like it just blends with the bag, right? I mean, just the way it's designed and the style of it. But
yeah. So
really, when you guys all met up, was Alignment Pro doing that well? Like, was it selling well? Was it on Amazon? Was it, was it like, obviously something's happened over the last 2 years, right? To get to the point where it's at. So is that kind of what you guys, when you guys all came in together, you guys were like, let's all use our skills together and make this into a better product, out there.
Yeah, I think it's we took over and there's maybe some supply chain issues, and then we've actually improved the sticks. The hinge is so much better than the first version, and it's a work in progress. It was on Amazon, but it wasn't. It wasn't optimized. So, the last year and a half has been
refinement, right? Like refining.
Yeah, refinement. Obviously, there were some supply issues with what happened in China last year, but we're trying to dial in our presence on our website. Obviously, Chaz is working hard with social media and making networking with other brands and getting the name out there. So we're on a good track.
So I guess explain what exactly the Alignment Pro is, so people kind of know.
Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward, honestly, like when you look at it. But then as you really start to play around with it, you realize that there's a lot of different functionalities to the stick itself. So essentially, you have your basic alignment sticks that every golfer honestly has in your bag, whether you're a professional or an amateur or youth golfer. Everybody has alignment sticks, but ours specifically have two hinges on each side of the stick that rotate in 90 degrees. And so with that, you have the ability to use it for putting, whether it's using a putting rail, and really kind of working on squaring up that club face at impact. You can also use it as a putting line if you want to read breaks in a green, or how a lot of people get like a tee and a string and they kind of put it on the opposite side of the hole. That's to help kind of read the break.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of what you can lift up one side of the stick or one side of the hinge, and now you have a completely different putting line that you can use underneath. And so, I think the biggest opportunity that we've seen since kind of really diving into the product is putting. And honestly, at the end of the day, I think as you improve your putting, you become a better golfer, but you can utilize it out on the driving range. If you're working on your swing plane, you can put it behind you and really work on either, like I said, ball impact or just following that swing plane that people want the consistency of. So there's a lot of different functionalities, and we're teaming up with a couple different teaching professionals right now, showcasing how they would use the Alignment Pro to really attack, amateurs and youth golfers. Pros are great. Like you said, it's in pretty much every tour bag, but at the end of the day,
which is really cool because it happened naturally. It wasn't like, Chaz.
Yeah. And it gives validity to the product.
Like, hey guys, put this in your bag. Hey guys, it's really weird. I feel like the golf industry, because it's either pay to play, right? Like get in the bag, or
that's what we've noticed. Yeah.
or you have such a great product that the pro wants it anyways, regardless if they're going to get paid for it, so it's like they're just like use it, it's really interesting because
Yeah, we'll get coaches that reach out to us that travel on tour who will reach out to us and say, hey, like we're heading to Detroit or we're heading to Chicago for this tournament. And can you get like 5 sticks to us? And so we'll overnight them to the guys. And, we're obviously not necessarily going to make the pro pay for it because it gives our product some serious validity behind it. And so it's exciting at the same time having them reach out to us. But how do Stephane and I and John and Tyler and I turn that into the rest of the golf world, right? Kind of like us, the amateurs, the people that love playing golf and buying training aids.
I just find it like fascinating because who else I talked to? There was another brand that I talked to and it was the same kind of thing where, oh crap, who was it? It was a training of some sorts, but it was the same situation where the brand, where the pros were using it. And I was like, how'd you get all those bags? And they're like, their coaches used it with them and the guy liked it and he kept it, and like, that's it. I mean, and that's a lot of validation if you think about it, you guys, because if the pros using it for his own practice before a match, obviously the thing works, right? I mean,
yeah,
they're not it's like literally right before they're going to play. So it's not like they're just doing it for show. They're doing it because it helps them.
It helps.
Whatever they need the help for. So
Tony Finau is a big kind of advocate for Alignment Pro. He doesn't come out and publicly say it, but he was from Utah where Alignment Pro originated from. And so they were able to get one to Tony. And there's actually photos and videos and pictures, everything of him using it at the Masters. And him and Boyd Summerhays obviously work together. And I've given a couple sticks to Boyd and his kids and Tony. That way they have extras. But it's cool to have that in the bag, knowing that you have a product that these type of caliber players want and desire.
Well, yeah, you can't pay for that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you do it cost, it's one thing to have a product and then someone's like, oh, this thing's the best in the world, but you're paying me $300,000 to say that. It's another thing where it's like, it's just in their bag and they're like, this is awesome. It worked for me.
And the sticks are, I think you have a sample, right, Paul?
I have one, yeah.
Or maybe you don't.
Great.
It does.
Yeah. So, and it's top quality. If you pick up a stick that a lot of people buy, I don't know, at different stores,
like
ours is heavy. You can feel,
or like,
you can feel the quality, the heaviness, the paint job on it. And obviously this year we've improved the hinges. They're so much smoother and,
we'll get some comments on social media like, oh, this is more expensive than the $5 Home Depot ones. You know what I mean? And then the very next, yeah, exactly. And then the very next post will be Tiger Woods using it. And we're like, well, it's good enough for him.
Well, what's so cool is that like, it's not just an alignment stick, right? Like you buy a stick at Home Depot or a piece of wood or whatever, or some cheap Chinese knockoff or a $20 stick, like that's made of whatever plastic. It's like, this thing's actually a tool. And you've already solved the problem of making it more versatile. It's almost like a Swiss Army knife of sticks. Like you can do this and you can do this and you can do this that you can't do with just a plain old stick.
You see on videos when like teaching professionals, they'll grab that basket and they'll just stick the regular alignment stick through the basket to create that 45-degree angle. And that's essentially what we've eliminated. Like you don't have to have it look like that at the end of the day either. Like it's an all-in-one stick is kind of how we've promoted it.
No, I think it's awesome. I mean,
and it has numbers on the hinge, so you can keep track of your that angle that you're looking for instead of using a basket. Like
it does, yeah.
I mean,
so if you're looking for a 30 degree angle or 45 or whatever, so Paul, you should use it. You'll improve your game a lot.
Has it helped you, Stephane?
If I'm being honest, it's helped my putting though.
Where is mine?
Yeah, you think you'd be showcasing it right now.
We can pull it out. I'll pull it on the show. We can whip it out.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah, let them see that 90-degree bend.
Let me whip out that 90-degree. I'm gonna start spinning it over my head. It's over there. I don't want to get on my chair.
No, you're good.
That's fine.
I think it's great though. I mean, so right now I know you can buy it on the website, but then also you guys are big on Amazon because you're one of the top sellers, right? I mean, top seller on training aids, and that has a lot to do with Stephane because of what he does, right?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. It's on our website, obviously. I think it's going into retail next month.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Elaborate on that, yeah. So it's exciting.
So where's most of your sales come from then? Amazon?
Last year, that's kind of 50-50 maybe between the website.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You know, it's weird because we get a lot of international orders too. A lot from Germany, Czech Republic, Malaysia. I mean, we get a lot of international orders, and honestly, I'm not even quite sure how they find us. You know, it's a lot of word of mouth, like you were saying earlier, kind of the blowing up, right? Like a lot of word of mouth. But I'd say it's a good 50-50 split. And yeah, we are getting into big retail now, and you know, hopefully we'll be able to kind of see how that moves out of their stores. That'd be nice. Amazon crushes it though. They do, obviously, because a lot of people do use Amazon. So it is nice being kind of one of the top alignment sticks on Amazon. I think, Stephane, you told me like alignment sticks or training alignment sticks are Googled or Amazon like 500 plus times a day alone. Or you said something like that. I forget, but it's like a top search bar when it comes to golf products on Amazon is alignment sticks.
Yeah, I think within golf training aids, alignment sticks are pretty popular. Obviously, in the next couple of months here, when people start gearing up as golf season starts or approaches. But yeah, it's exciting.
It's coming fast. I mean,
I know.
It's here. Honestly, the Waste Management Open is next week or in 2 weeks.
Chaz, give me some tickets to that. Come on, you know everybody.
Those things are a hot item right now because of the limited capacity or the limited attendance.
Right? Isn't it 8,000?
You know, it's changed so much. I think, you know, it varies because they are doing a 16th hole is what I've heard, like one layer. But it's changed on the general admittance. And honestly, I don't even know what it's at right now. I heard 8,000. Yes. And I hope to get some tickets as well.
I'm trying. Everyone's like reaching out to me like saying, hey, do you get tickets? Can you get tickets? Are you going?
I think somebody said it was $200 right now for just a general admission, just to walk around. $200 per ticket. That's what people are selling them for.
I don't think I'm going. There's just no way, the odds. You know what I mean? Like last year I went, I had a great time.
It's definitely going to be weird around that facility this year with no crowds.
I mean, there's not going to be the
bird's nest, the concerts and everything.
There's nothing, right? It's just gonna be the course. Like you can go and walk around. There's not gonna be.
Well, it's funny that they built some things. Like they built the entrance. You know where like all the all the gifts and everything. Like as you walk through into the course, they did build something, and I drove by it the other day. Like it's the same. So I don't know if it's a feeling or if there are going to be vendors there to still get I'm sure there will be. I'm sure those vendor booths are going to be a little bit more high priced this year, but I think it's going to be weird regardless. Like I said, I've seen the 16th hole. They are building it a little bit half capacity, I believe. And it looks a little different this year for sure.
I don't know. I just want to go. I want to go with you guys. Let's just go.
I just want to walk it. Honestly, I just enjoy walking the course. You know, 16th hole is fun. I've experienced it before, but I thoroughly enjoy just walking the course and watching them bomb the ball.
I went.
And the front nine's nice too. It's kind of quiet.
I mean, they tear up that course. Quiet. The winners tear it up. I mean, 15, 20 under is the winner normally. So, I mean, they just tear it up. So it's cool to see out there.
I was going to play a ball last year, but Thomas.
John Rahm almost hit me with a ball one time. That thing came smoking like a missile.
Last year, I told the story on my podcast. I think that's what I told the story. So last year I went, it was right after the PGA's show. And so I was hanging on True Links for a lot at the show, and they were coming to Open because Ryan was playing in it. And I ended up walking the front nine with Ryan and Chaz Reevy because they were,
nice.
It was crazy. Like to be in the ropes, like with them, like right behind them. It was nuts, man. It was the funnest experience ever. I mean, I look like the biggest tourist.
You did that on Wednesday? Did the Wednesday or the Thursday?
I did that on what day was that? Wednesday or Thursday? I can't remember which day it was.
Oh, that's
it.
Nice.
Must have been Wednesday. It was the Pro-Am day.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
When they would let you on.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, Thursday is my favorite day. And it's weird to say that, but it's before a lot of the out of towners come in, and you get to really be up close to those guys and watch them hit the shots without the crowds. I mean, it's busy. Don't get me wrong. There's probably over 50,000 people there on a Thursday, but it's not like Saturday's 200,000. So
there's no way, bro. There's no way I'm going there on a Saturday. My business partner in one of my companies, like he paid for whatever suite or booth with another one of his partners. It was like 10 grand, 15 grand. What did they paid for? I don't remember. But like
easily,
it was like the 4-day event, you know, whatever. And he's like, do you want to, like, he's all excited. And then on Saturday, he's like, you want to come? And I'm like, there's no way you can't pay me $1 million to come. Because I was there on Wednesday. It took me an hour and a half to get to my car. And I was done. Like, seriously. Because you have to park out at Westworld. Well, no. What happened was I parked at a company and I got bussed in. And then I had to go to Westworld to... and it was a pain.
The buses that take you all the way.
Dude, it's the worst. Like it's
It's fun.
Yeah,
there's literally no way out of there. There's like one way in and one way out. And I tried to
they know how to keep you.
Course. I was like, F it. I'm gonna walk I'm walking all the way 3 miles to my. So I started walking, and then I got to like the North Course, right? The North Course, and then they're like, "Oh, you can't walk this way." I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "Oh, it's blocked off." I'm like, "Can I cross the bridge over there?" They're like, "No." And I was like, "Dude, that's the only way out." Like,
it's like herding cattle. It's literally herding cattle. What they do.
They told me like, oh, you go all the way down to the 101 and then go around. And I'm like, God, I was so irritated.
Yeah,
but that's
there's a fraction of a
that is the Phoenix Open.
Here's my opinion: Kapalua, nobody cares. It's freaking Hawaii, right? Like old people watch those tournaments. Then you go really when Phoenix Open starts.
Nice
right.
course,
That's my parents watch. It's like, oh, we're watching Kapalua, and I'm like, why? Who cares? And then no one cares until the Phoenix.
Have you played that course? It's nice.
I have.
It's tough.
I have.
Windy. Yeah.
Oh, so windy, so beautiful though. You're just taking pictures the whole time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
you're not even playing.
I had I played with my dad probably like 12 years ago there. It was so much fun. And actually we played in December. Like it was like, and so it was when they were setting up for the Kapalua event. It was really cool. Like you could they're starting to build it all out. I was like, this is cool. So what big things are happening this year then with the Lyman Pro? Retail, right?
Yeah, we've got retail. That's going to be a lot of great, hopefully that just blows up.
Are you allowed to say where you're going to be? I'm assuming what Dick's?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. We got into Dick's Sporting Goods. We're actually going to be going into their top 200 Golf Galaxy locations right now. And so, we're excited to kind of see it hit the stores. And again, it's just watching it hit the stores and seeing how it's merchandised just gets us excited for what's to come. And, we've kind of come out with another product, which is just the single hinge one. The double hinge is obviously our go-to, but we have an indoor stand that we're working with right now. So that way you can use it in hitting bays. If you have an office location and you're practicing your putting on a putting mat, right? We have an indoor stand that we're trying to get done right now. So that way you can use it and practice indoors. So I think that'll be big and really kind of take us to that next level for people who are buying sticks. And then also just keep collaborating, keep, doing stuff like this with you, honestly, and getting our name out there and just kind of, we had to spend a good year just fulfilling previous commitments, whether it was product orders or anything like that. So we took an entire year to really get the foundation of the business going. And now, we're starting to ramp it up. Stephane and I met last weekend and we made a pretty good plan to kind of go after a lot of content, and working with, friends of mine that I've met out here in the golf community are great. And, they have obviously a lot of very good connections, but they're also just great people. And I'd love to use them for content purposes. So just continuing to really kind of drive those relationships and get the sticks into everybody's hands, honestly, at the end of the day.
That's cool. Chaz,
you nailed it.
Chaz knows everybody, man.
I don't know everybody, but I feel like I know the right people. No, it's good. The golf community out here in Scottsdale is unbelievable. Huge. Honestly, they have welcomed me in, and we play golf, as much as we can, obviously, because I do have another job. And, the biggest thing is they're always reaching out. Hey, do you want to go play or this and that? And, I've gotten to play golf at a couple really beautiful places out here in Scottsdale, which I didn't think I ever would. And I've just met a good group of people that love the product, which is awesome too. And they use it. It's in every one of their bags, and they honestly, truly believe in the product. And that gives Stephane and I the confidence, to keep going with it.
No, that's super cool. I mean, I like supporting you guys because you're just good dudes. Number one, like we're friends, even though Stephane doesn't think we're friends. I'll never let him live that.
We're just dating. We're dating.
No, we're not. We're past that stage. We're past.
Are we? Okay.
You guys already broke up. We got back together.
We did. Dating's like, we dated like last year, bro. All right, like last year.
It was. You're right.
But then we went to coffee a bunch of times and hung out.
Hey, coffee. That's a big step, though. That's a big step.
Invited me to coffee. I drove all the way up to freaking Scottsdale to see him. in his palace at the coffee shop. Just kidding.
Yeah.
So is there any other new improvements you're going to be doing this year on it, or you're like really happy with what you've done and then you're going to just be doing more marketing this year?
No, I think the sticks are good. Marketing is, like Chaz just mentioned, for us, it's content this year. Content videos, instructional videos for the product, drills for people to use the product and improve their game. Either be putting to chipping and irons.
Yeah, I'll talk to Chaz about that. I know Chaz and I were talking about that like around Christmas time, doing some stuff together.
The biggest thing is just like when somebody buys it, how do they use it? You know what I mean? And that's what Stephane's touched on huge. And so we're really kind of trying to revamp like the YouTube channel and really just give big training videos from different perspectives. You know, Mike Burry, we've got some videos, made from him, a few years ago, and they were awesome. And he used the Alignment Pro in a creative way that I didn't even think about. And so I think teaming up with the right, teaching professionals, like a handful of them, right? Or somebody who really is improving their game with it to get those different perspectives, because everybody is different at the end of the day and everybody trains differently. Honestly, it has helped my putting. I don't use it enough on the driving range because my swing is so jacked up, I feel like right now anyways. But it's honestly improved my putting significantly. A lot of my friends out here, my good buddy Corey, who lives out here, we went to Papago and he was using the Alignment Pro, and I was taking some pictures, just kind of being fun with it. But he was hitting every single putt.
Really?
From 10 feet. From 10
Why
feet.
Didn't you invite me?
Every single putt. You're invited next time, I promise. Let's go whenever.
Yeah.
And that's close to your office.
It's good.
Chaz wanted to come hang out in my garage, and then
the studio looks sick. The studio looks sick.
He always said, "Oh, I want to come hang out in your studio," and I'm like, "Okay, whenever."
Is that in your garage? That studio?
Yeah, man.
Studio in your garage?
Yeah. I have air
Looks good.
conditioning
I like
in here
it.
and heating, and I have couches.
that's huge for Arizona.
So let me ask you this: we're friends. You never invited me into your.
I've invited you 1,000 times in my house. You're always busy. You're like, oh, Thursdays and Fridays at between 3:27 and 3:30 is when I'm available. Is what you said, and I was like, or Saturday morning at 8 a.m. And I'm like,
I'm napping from 1 to 3, you guys. So.
You're just cat napping. You're taking your siesta.
A hockey player's nap. I haven't dropped that.
Is there really a hockey player's nap?
Oh my God. Oh, we do.
Why? When are you gonna bring a Stanley Cup over to my house? That'd be cool.
I have a couple right there, the mini ones.
Do you really? That's so
I'll show you my
cool,
rings,
dude. I need to
know. It's funny. I try to chirp them all the time, honestly, and I'll never have anything to chirp him about because honestly, my hockey career was just terrible compared to his. But it's funny because he'll literally.
You're much better golfer, so
that's true.
There.
Well, I mean, it doesn't say much when I'm still shooting 80s, but anyways, I'll always try to chirp him. And I swear he has this picture of his name on the cup, just on demand, just ready to send it.
No, he does not.
That is his only response to me. I will chirp him and I'll give him a good one. And then all of a sudden he just sends me the picture. No words, just the picture. It's like it's a screenshot and it's always at the top of his photo album. He just like, boom, sends his name just right there on the cup.
Is it really?
It's cool. I mean, honestly, from my perspective as a kid that grew up playing, it's the coolest thing.
He's like, look,
dude, as a hockey player, man, if your name's on that cup, I'd be doing it too. And his name is on there twice.
No, you're just a badass, dude. Like, seriously? I just thought.
Now, granted, now that I think about it, be careful. Be careful if you call him a badass.
That was a past life. I do Amazon.
Be careful if you call him a badass, because I do remember if I used to watch those Red Wing and Avalanche brawls, I do think I remember seeing Stephane just on the bench, drinking water. I don't know if I ever saw him on the ice. So
yeah, got into one fight, you guys. And
who'd you fight? I want to know who you fought. You know who you remember.
It was Sean Horkoff, I think, from Edmonton. He grabbed me and then ended up on my face pretty quickly. I came back to the bench and the coach was like, it was Daryl Sutter at the time. He's like, what were you doing?
Oh, the Sutter brothers.
Daryl Sutter, let's go.
Dude, I want to just have a show with just Stephane and tell hockey stories, dude. Dude, that would go.
Sure it'd be a 10-hour podcast episode.
It'd be so good. It would be so. And Stephane, like, I don't want to talk about that.
It would be longer than the Spit and Chicklets 2.5 hours. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me ask this question for you. Who is the best player you played against? You play. You play the greatest.
Wow.
So, I, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah,
Let me guess. It would have been Gretzky. It would have been Lemieux.
Lemieux. For
Yeah.
sure.
Did you tell me once that Jaromir Jagr, he was really hard to play against?
Yeah, he's probably top 5. Yager. Mario is probably the toughest.
Really?
Again, Gretz always,
Just
but
so strong.
Mario,
What
like,
about Fedorov?
Lemieux was just massive.
yeah, yeah, he was big. His stick felt like it was 11 feet long. He's just amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. I don't know. He's just dude. Stephane's the chillest guy. He's like, yeah, and I'm like, what was it like? Tell me, what was it like? And he's like, big of a deal, you know. Then I broke.
No, it was awesome, you guys. You know, like when Chaz talks about Peter Forsberg and
Peter Forsberg, badass.
like amazing
Favorite player ever. Favorite player of all time.
Yeah, amazing player, great guy. So I was
He's into golf too, isn't he?
Avalanche, we all know that, right? And then you also play for. I know you played for Boston, didn't you? And towards the end of your career.
Yeah, Avs, Calgary, Boston, Carolina.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and to go back to Peter, I think he owned. I don't know if he still does, but he owned a course in Sweden.
Really?
Yeah, Forsberg's big in the golf.
He was. I don't know if he still is, but yeah, him and Deadmarsh used to play a lot. They're buddies.
But you didn't play obviously because you still suck. So.
Yeah.
You never.
But when
had
you
the
play
time.
when you play late May, June every year, you know the teams I played, especially in Colorado, you don't have much time for golf. So.
He was always in the playoffs. His season was longer than most.
No, he's like, who'd you play for the Coyotes?
No playoffs there.
But here's my opinion on the Coyotes. I was so excited when they came to Arizona. And then they moved to the West Valley, which was the dumbest thing they could have done because they isolated half the city, right? Because I'm sorry, I'm not driving 2 hours to watch a hockey game. But when they played downtown, I used to go to the games all the time. You know, I don't know why. They could have built the arena in Scottsdale, but they didn't. Instead, they built that incubator place thing that nobody goes to. So dumb.
Yeah, it's way out there. It's tough to get there on a Tuesday night game. Honestly, it takes quite a.
I want to
long
get a DUI. There's no way, man.
It's a long thing.
I mean, one last question for you before I know because this bond has to go soon. Just take a nap. So, is there anything I didn't ask you today that you feel like is kind of I should have asked about with the product? I think I nailed all the questions that I wanted to ask.
No, I mean, I think at the end of the day, our product is very straightforward in a sense because we only sell alignment sticks. You know, we're not a clothing apparel company or anything like that. You know, we really want to improve people's games with the alignment sticks. And so it's nice because we can really concentrate on only a couple products at the end of the day, like whether it's a single hinge, our double hinge, or the indoor stand that we're getting made. So, you know, we're really going to hone in on our what's working type of thing. And we don't really want to dip into maybe what's not working. Like we don't want to start just buying and all of a sudden we're a golf brand versus like really just concentrating on what our product is, which is a training aid
for and being like,
yeah. And we want to be known as the best alignment sticks for golfers. And I think that we are on the way to doing that. And it's really funny to even say that just because it's alignment sticks, but it's more than that. And when you get it in your hands and you really see how it can improve your game, especially at a young age, golf's all about routine at the end of the day. And so, you know, I think I'm excited for what this year is going to bring, you know, after what happened. And golf is in such a good place. It really is. Playing with a lot of the guys out here and just seeing the golf industry from a different perspective, you know, with like DJ and Jeff Fujimoto, who I'm with a lot, you know, they work for 8 a.m. Golf. And it's really cool to see that side of the golf industry versus just being an amateur going out and hacking it up. Right. Like, so it's cool to see because it's in a really good place. And so I'm really excited to see how we can utilize that to our advantage.
No, it's cool. Here's my opinion on the golf industry. It's changing a lot. And I think the big brands are dinosaurs and they're, you know, they only can do the same thing every year, which is, oh, here's a new driver, but it's like, no one cares anymore. Like
there's only so many putting mirrors you can buy.
Yeah. It's like, you can only invent something and sell it or just, you know, I don't know. I just feel like you're seeing a big shift, especially in the last like 4 years. I would say it's gradually getting bigger and especially because it's so easy to start a company. Or I wouldn't call it a company, but like start a product, try to sell it, that I think you're seeing a lot more innovation in the game. And they're just, I think what a lot of people miss out on is like, they don't want to buy
like the average golfer, like the amateurs, or it's almost like they're afraid to buy training aids because they think they'll look weird out on the driving range using it, right? But like at the end of the day, like Stephane trained his whole life for a sport. He's competitive. He wants to get better at it. And that's the same thing with my mindset is like, I want to get better. I'm competitive. I still have that edge. Right. And, to beat my friends and to improve my golf game. I mean, we live in Scottsdale. There's amateur tournaments weekly, and I want to be competitive. So those golfers still exist for sure. But even the guys that are just going out and playing, they still don't be afraid to buy training aids. It's not weird. Like, don't make it seem like you look funny out there using it. Like, so we want to make sure that the Alignment Pro, when they're using it on the putting green, it just looks normal because they're just working on trying to hit a putt. They don't want a 4-putt anymore. So,
yeah. Well, I think people don't get that. If you ever go on a putting on the range before a golf tournament, like a pro golf tournament, the amount of training aids that.
Oh my God, dude. The whole freaking green's full of them.
Yeah, they provide their
there's bags
of their athletes. Yeah,
there's bags of putters and there's bags of training aids. Like, seriously, I have pictures. I'll show it to you guys. Like, I have it, and like I remember texting like different putter companies, being like Lab, right? I saw the Lab putter out on the putting green last year, and I just texted to Sam Hahn, the CEO of Lab, and I was like, "Hey, check it out, you guys putters here." And he's like, "Oh, awesome," because like everyone's trying to get their stuff out there, but everyone's. I don't know. They're getting ready for they want to make money. This is their job. All the other stuff, whatever. They don't care.
Yep.
Well, cool.
I love it.
I appreciate your friendship. Not you, Stephane, but you, Chaz. And I just.
Oh boy. Sorry, man.
I know you
I
can't
got thick
fight.
skin.
I know you can't fight, so it's okay. You told me that. So
I've lost every hockey fight I've ever been in. That's why I had somebody do it for me. So.
I would just grab on the other guy and skate around and dance. That's what I would do.
Yeah. I was always the smallest. I always ended up on the bottom very quickly. So put it that way.
I was too tired. I was like, just punch me in the face and get it over with.
Yeah.
Anyways, I do appreciate you guys' friendship. And I love texting you guys. And I don't know. These guys are my friends, like for reals, except for Stephane. And you guys got to check out the Alignment Pro. It's legit. It's like, yeah, it's more expensive than a cheap ass plastic stick you buy at Home Depot or on Amazon. Like, what's it cost? Like $80 or something, $70, something like that. What is it?
Yep. Yeah, it comes in a package. So you'll get a solo. Yeah. You'll get the double hinge, which is obviously the main part of the Alignment Pro. And then you'll also get just a regular alignment stick for your feet or for whatever else you want to use it for. So you're buying a package.
Get what you pay for. Let's put it that way. Like, you're not just buying, it's an $80 stick. It's like, no, dude, you get like the whole training aid system.
Yeah.
And
it's durable.
It's durable. It's not going to break. Legit. They stand behind the product. I mean,
I've watched pros hit it with a golf ball and it doesn't shatter. So
yeah, it's like, and it will last you forever. And, these guys are going places. They really are. You can see they're already in bags of all players. So if you guys want to get something that's really worth your money, then just get it. Check it out. What's your website? It's like alignmentpro.com or something?
Yep. Pretty simple. alignmentpro.com. And you can find us on Amazon as well.
Well, thank you for being on the show today. And I will probably talk to Stephane later. He wants to talk to me about me in trouble.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it, buddy.
Paul. Appreciate it.
I got to talk to you later too. So
yeah.
All right.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
Guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Behind the Golf Brand Podcast.
You're going to beat me at golf?
Stay connected on and off the show by visiting golfersauthority.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Golf is always more fun when you win.
Stay out of the beach and see you on the green.